Hey garden lovers, hope your new year is starting off great. Wishing everyone a blessed 2024. The days sure are flying by. Spring will be here before we know it. With delicious vine-ripened homegrown tomatoes. These tomatoes ripening in the winter we harvested about a week ago, and they are nowhere near as delicious as our spring and summer tomatoes. The frost will be here in a couple weeks, so these plants will die soon, but it's time to start some more. And man, we have some incredible varieties we're growing this year. January is the month we get a bunch of summer veggie seeds sown, like tomatoes, eggplant, some herbs like basil, and chili peppers. And speaking of chili peppers, we have another giveaway this month to celebrate the upcoming chili pepper growing season. We came across several extra packets from last year that we would like to give away so that someone else can enjoy growing them. So to qualify for the free chili seeds, like and share this video and comment if you would like mild, hot, or scorching heat chili seeds. And make sure to keep an eye out for our response to your comment. This will have the details on how to get your free seeds. I have never been more excited about chili pepper season than I am for the upcoming 2024 season. And I really went crazy this time. Look at all these incredible varieties. I'm really a sucker for any new, unique, beautiful chili pepper. And I have this recent new passion to create my own variety. I'm not looking to try to attempt to make the hottest chili pepper, but I want to cross my two favorites. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's going to take a very long time. I'll be doing progress videos, so hit the subscribe button to follow the journey. I picked up quite a few new chili varieties from Matt's Peppers. If you're not familiar with his seeds, you got to follow his Instagram. He's got a fascinating story about a new variety he created called Matt Pino. He's continually creating new varieties, and it really inspired me to cross my two favorites to see if I could come up with the perfect pepper to my taste. All right, on to what we are planting, sowing, and growing in January. And as I mentioned, we are starting lots of chili peppers. We are still using the same 6-cell containers. We are still topping our seeds with the Jiffy Mix, but we have changed a couple other things. We're making sure Edna's Best is pressed firmly down into the cells, placing the seeds on top, covering them with Jiffy Mix. Then we're using the spray bottle with water to soak the tops, get the Jiffy Mix nice and saturated and in place. Then the cells will go in this container that'll be full of water, and that's how I'll be watering them going forward. I'm doing this instead of using the shower setting on the hose nozzle because I have found that sometimes, even though I'm using the light shower, it can move the placement of the seeds under the Jiffy Mix, and that could potentially be a problem when I'm trying to germinate the seeds if they go too deep or even if they accidentally popped out. Just want to eliminate that variable. Another thing we have changed is each of the cells are getting placed in one of these bags, and it's acting as its own little greenhouse. So the cells are on a heat mat under the grow light and inside these little Ziploc bags. This has helped babysitting the germination process pretty dramatically by keeping them moist and not drying out as quick. So now they're getting placed in the water bath every other day instead of every day. When they're on that heat mat, they could dry out pretty quick, and it was an everyday water. Then once these guys germinate, probably in about another week, they'll go into the greenhouse. And from there, they'll grow comfortably because it gets pretty warm in there. It's just not warm enough to germinate seeds. Chili pepper seeds, that is. We already have tomato seeds germinating in the greenhouse. It's day 10 of the chili pepper germination process, and we have lots of guys popping up. Here is Bongo. It's a red habanero from Fiji. Delicious. We got it on a visit out there, was eating it with every meal. Love it. And we've got the Sugar Rush Peach and Sugar Rush Stripey. Those actually popped up yesterday afternoon after I posted the quickest germination, the Matapino. We've got Jay's Pink Black just popping up, really hard to see. It's going to be peeking out of the soil probably this evening. And we've got the jalapenos are starting to pop up. Back there is a brown jalapeno from Baker Creek. Looks delicious. Black Magic has germinated. Craig's Grande. And excited about this one. Purple UFO. We have germination. It's a very unique looking chili pepper. Can't wait to grow it. So now for all of these guys that have germinated, I'm gonna get them potted up and move them into the greenhouse because we need more room under the grow lamp. This year we are trying a new mixture, which is always risky, but I think this one might be really great. It's a combination of Edna's Best, which we've been using for years, a 50-50 mix from Paradise Nursery, and we sprinkled in some Dr. Earth fertilizer, which we also have been using for years. So the difference is the 50-50 mix that we're incorporating. We'll see how it goes. The reason why we're rushing these guys into the greenhouse just after germination is, as I mentioned, we got to make room under the grow light to get our green chilies started. So it's a delicate process, but you could see here at day 10, we have some nice healthy root growth. Over the next couple weeks, we'll be getting these guys potted up, moved into the greenhouse. They'll be getting a Dr. Earth liquid fertilizer once to twice a week. And then around April time frame, it'll be nice and warm and we'll get them moved out into their permanent growing locations. Also, if you head over to our webpage, southerncaliforniagardening.net, under the Growing tab, we have links to the USDA Interactive Zone Map and the Last Frost Date Interactive Map. It's a great resource. Just tap on the little button. It'll take you over to their website where you can zoom in, find your location, and then when you tap on it, it's going to bring up the average last frost date for that area. But I like to pad it and wait about a week after. Same with the growing zone. Tap on the button, it'll take you to this interactive map where you could zoom in, probably zoom in a couple of times to really narrow down the area you're growing in. It's going to show you the coloring for your growing area, and then you go over to the key, match that coloring to the zone on the key. This month we are starting more broccoli. Here is a beautiful broccoli variety that produces purple shoots. This variety is like a cross between asparagus and broccoli. Easy to grow. Looking forward to sauteing some in some garlic and ghost pepper salt. And we are starting some cauliflower. Here we have some beautiful purple varieties. This month we are also starting some violetta, purple lady, and arugula. And of course we are succession planting more spinach. And we are succession planting more lettuce. Some varieties that do well this time of year are Merlot, Lennox, Marvel of Four Seasons, and black-seeded Simpson. The second veggie I get super excited to grow behind chili peppers are tomatoes. Here are some of my favorites that I'm starting now. That chocolate pear is a heavy producer. Paul Robeson tried it for the first time last year. Amazing flavor. And everybody knows I love Gin Fizz and Carbon. And Black Beauty. And Kellogg's Breakfast. And just like new chili pepper varieties, I'm a sucker for new tomato varieties. Very excited to try all of these out. We are using the same soil mixture that we mentioned that we're using for our chili peppers. And these guys won't go on the heat mat, they're going straight into the greenhouse because we've got some pretty warm temps in there. It gets up to about 80s and 90s during the day. This month we are also starting eggplant. Here are some of the beautiful varieties we're growing, and we're starting them in the same mixture that I mentioned for the chili peppers. This month we are also starting tree collards. Tree collards are super easy to grow, can grow in a variety of different soil conditions, environmental conditions. We've had a couple of tree collard trees last for a couple years. We had a huge tree collard growing in this area, dropped seeds, and then a bunch of smaller tree collard trees started growing. We broke those back and look at, you could see here shoots stunning out of the old tree collard trunks. Although the mature leaves get too tough, the baby shoots that come out are nice and tender and delicious. I like to keep a couple tree collards growing at all times. We do live a little west of the San Andreas, so if that thing ever goes off, we've got some food security. And we are starting some more Swiss chard this month. I like to grow ruby red. It adds incredible color to the garden. And I love Ford Hook. Ford Hook grows the hugest leaves. We love it for lettuce wraps. And we are starting some carrots. We have some delicious, beautiful varieties here, rich in antioxidants. We're going to be growing them in this whiskey barrel. It's the 50-50 mix that we got from Paradise, and I'm not quite sure if I like it yet. I like it mixed with existing soil, but we're going to grow these in strictly the 50-50 mix. So we'll see how they do. We're growing all 4 varieties in the same whiskey barrel. We sprinkled each variety in a quarter section, and we'll thin in the top of each quarter section, and then the rest will grow as baby carrots. And we're getting ready to order these botanical interest flower mixes. Each year we plant the Bring Home the Butterflies, the California Color, Edible Beauties, Hummingbird Haven, Made in the Shade, Save the Bees, Songbird Delight, and Water Wise. This year, we're going to have to pick up some of that pollinator garden. We'll direct sow them in several different areas, and we'll also sprinkle a few seeds in these cells for transplanting. And I'm super bummed. I thought I ordered this incredible variety from Baker Creek, the Purple Galaxy, and when going through all of my tomato packets, didn't find it, looked in my emails, and apparently I didn't order it, and they're out of stock. But Baker Creek is so cool, they have an out of stock notification where they will email you when it's back in stock. The sweet purple superfruit tomato looks amazing. All right, that's it for now. For more short videos on how to grow food in a hot deserty climate, hit the subscribe button and follow us on Instagram. And remember, something doesn't come from nothing. This is an incredible creation. I hope you guys enjoy your week and enjoy your garden.